Good, mo Good morning to one and all present. Let us acknowledge the presence of the divinity around us by tuning ourselves in unison to the invocation song.
From my heart, before even time began, my life was in His hands. He knows my name. He knows my every thought. He sees each tear that falls and hears me when I call. I have a Father. He calls me His own. He'll never leave me, no matter where I go. He knows my name. He knows my every thought. He sees each tear that falls and hears me when I call. He knows my name. He knows my every thought. He sees each tear that falls and hears me when I call. And hears me when I call.
Thank you, choir. William Shakespeare rightly remarked, "Small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast." I now request Professor Vijay Kumar R, Head, Department of Commerce, to welcome the gathering.
The Indian tourism and hospitality industry have emerged as one of the key drivers of growth among the services sector in India. Tourism in India has significant potential considering the rich cultural and historical heritage, variety in ecology, terrains and places of natural beauty spread across the country. Tourism is an important source of foreign exchange in India, similar to many other countries. The foreign exchange
now I got it.
The foreign exchange earnings from 2016 to 2019 grew at an overwhelming 7%, but dipped in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In the financial year 2020, tourism sector in India accounted for 39 million jobs, which was 8% of the total employment in the country. And by 2029, it is expected to account for about 53 million jobs. A very good morning to the respected dignitaries, delegates, researchers, faculty members, and students. It is a privilege for me to welcome all of you on this occasion of International Tourism Conference on Revitalization of Indian Tourism and Hospitality Industry and its contribution towards socio-economic development. Our chief guest for this international conference, Sri G. Kamala Vardhana Rao, IAS, Director General, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, and Chairman and Managing Director, Indian Tourism Development Corporation, who has played a pivotal role in various sectors in the country and led life by example. We are greatly privileged and honored to have you amongst us, sir. On behalf of All of us who have gathered here, I extend a hearty welcome to you.
Thank you very much.
Management is doing things right. Leadership is doing the right things. We have one leader amidst us, Reverend Dr. Augustine George, Principal. I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our hearty welcome to you, dear Father, for the perfect support and guidance he has extended to all of us for this international conference. Welcome, dear Father. A warm welcome to Dr. Aloysius Edward, Dean, Faculty of Commerce and Management, whose constant support and guidance is with us always. Welcome, dear sir. A special bouquet of welcome to the conference chief convener, Professor Ratish, coordinator, Department of Tourism, Faculty of Commerce and Management, for organizing this international conference. Welcome, sir. I also extend a warm welcome to the conference organizing committee members, Professor Ponni Thomas, Professor Sujit Singh, Professor Tanuja, and Professor Anisha K. Saji for this international conference. Welcome, dear friends. I extend a warm welcome to all the delegates from various esteemed institutions across the city, nation, and globe. Welcome to one and all present here.
Thank you, sir.
Holds a surprise, but only if we expect it we can see, hear, and or feel it when it comes to us. Let's not be afraid to receive each day as a surprise, whether it comes to us as joy or sorrow. It will open new place in our hearts, a place where we can welcome new friends and celebrate more fully our shared humanity. Welcoming one and all to this international conference, I remain. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are indeed privileged to welcome the head, Department of Commerce, Professor Vijay Kumar R, for seniorizing the department. Welcome, sir. Now, I invite Professor Radesh P.T., Coordinator, Department of Tourism, for the prelude to the conference.
Sir, you're muted, sir.
Sir, you are muted. Please unmute.
Sir, you're muted.
The COVID-19 pandemic has had a massive social economic impact. Both developed and developing economies have been hit. A marginalized group and the most vulnerable have been hit hardest of all. The restart of tourism will help a kickstart recovery and growth. It is essential that the benefit of this will bring enjoyed widely and fairly. Respected dignitaries and participants, a warm good morning to one and all gathered here for the virtual international conference on revitalization of tourism and hospitality industry and its contribution towards socio-economic development, organized by the Department of Tourism, Kristu Jayanti College Autonomous, Bengaluru. Tourism's COVID-19 response have been furthered by UNWTO emphasis on preparing UNWTO's recommendation for action by supporting jobs and economies through travel and tourism, producing a technical assistance package, formulating inclusive response to protect vulnerable groups, response through innovation, digital transformation, and investment. Also, 3 scenarios provided policy options for countries planning to reboot their tourism sector. First one is promotion of domestic tourism as advised by our Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi. Establishing bilateral travel bubbles, also establishing sub-regional travel bubbles are the 3 areas. Tourism contributes a major role in the economic development of our nation. The outbreak of coronavirus led a massive shock to the professionals involved in the tourism and hospitality industry and has affected the sector across the globe. Effect of tourism and hospitality was so immense with the cancellation of flights, trains, hotel bookings, monument entries, etc. COVID-19 has affected the revenue generation of travel agencies, taxi operators, the accommodation sector, craft showrooms, souvenir shops, and all other stakeholders. However, tourists from different countries have slowly started to visit various tourist destinations across the world as per reports. This conference focuses on the possibilities and strategies for revitalization of tourism and hospitality industry after the pandemic as it plays a significant role towards socio-economic development. Primary goal of the international conference is to reunite experts from different fields, university, research, industry, and policy making, disseminate their knowledge by providing an exciting environment. Towards this end, we may be able to suggest a few strategies that can be beneficial for the revitalization of tourism. The two-day international conference is divided into 3 keynote sessions and 1 plenary session for the paper presentation. The keynote sessions will be handled by experts from the different fields of tourism. Technical session 1 will be handled by Mr. George Currier, Managing Director of Kerala Voyages and expert in sustainable tourism with special focus on community-based and responsible tourism. Keynote session 2 will be handled by Mr. Svet Towson, Director and Master Tourism Administration, Dean, Department of Management and School of Business, George Washington University, USA. Technical section 3 will be handled by Dr. P.S. Aital, Vice Chancellor, Srinivas University, Bangalore. We will gathered here today to attend this conference to enhance knowledge. We as a team aim to achieve great heights. This conference intends to resolve the challenges faced by Indian tourism industry during this difficult time. Dear participants, research scholars, faculty members, staff members, and my dear students, I welcome all of you to this auspicious occasion, and I wish this conference enlighten us all and provide us with approaches to deal with the problems tomorrow. Thank you everyone who made this conference possible with their opinion and views. I, on behalf of the conference organizing committee, wish all the participants an enriching experience. Loka samasta sukhuno bhavantu. Thank you. Thank you, I remain.
Thank you, sir. Warren Bennis rightly remarked, leadership is a capacity to translate vision into reality. We have one such visionary leader, Reverend Dr. Augustine George, our principal. I now invite Father to deliver the presidential address.
Most respected, the chief guest of the day, Sri Vardhana Ravu IAS, Director General of Tourism, Government of India, Dr. Aloysius Edward, Dean, Faculty of Commerce and Management, Professor Vijay Kumar, Head Department of Commerce, and Professor Ridish, Coordinator Department of Tourism, distinguished delegates, faculty members, and my dear students. I'm profusely elated to welcome all of you once again to this virtual international conference organized by the Tourism Department of Kristu Jayanti College Autonomous. At the outset, I express our feeling of gratitude to Sri Vardhana Ravu, the Director General of Tourism of Government of India, for gracing this occasion as a chief guest. We are truly honored and privileged with your presence and goodwill. Your interest to address the academic community shows your passion and dedication to empower the youth of today for better India. I'm sure your experience and expertise will definitely add value to this conference. We, the Kristu Jayanti College, is really happy to explore the further engagement with the ministry in whatever possible way that we can. This conference is further more distinct and magnificent with the presence of other luminaries from other universities from abroad and across India. Let me join with the entire Kristu Jayanti family to wish all the best to this program. Kristu Jayanti College Autonomous started in the year of 1999 with the 9 students, but it has made exponential growth to 9,000 students over the period of 22 years. It is because it carries the rich tradition and legacy of CMI education and philosophy, and started by the Saint Kuriakos Elias Chavara, the founder of CMI congregation. All 59 colleges and 700 plus schools run by the CMI fathers carries this rich tradition and philosophy, which is rooted in its knowledge, skills, values, and attitude. The vision of the college is to build a renewed humanity through the integral development of the mind, body, and spirit. The motto of the college, the light and prosperity, aims this synthesis, the harmony of the spiritual and the physical, I can say the mind and the body. The curriculum and the co-curricular activities are the basic structures, acting as a springboards to step into the mystery of the human life and beyond. So within a constant period of time, short period of time, I can say that as a Kristu Jayanti College, we have a unique credit of youngest autonomous college in India, ranked as the finest education institution in various ranking and quality. I'm very happy to say that 1 month back, we received from the Union Minister the first prize in Clean and Smart Campus Award, where we worked on the sustainability issues. And there is a constant effort for nurturing the academic excellence, developing skills, fostering values, creating civic responsibilities in a very dynamic environment. And this conference is another program organized by the department to discuss and to suggest a solution to the problem faced by the tourism industry in particular. As all of them in the beginning, they shared their views that tourism continues to be one of the sectors hardest hit by the coronavirus, and the outlook remains little challenging and little uncertain. The destinations that are heavily international or business and events, tourism are particularly struggling, but many of we understand that the regional tourism is picking up, and encouraging news on the vaccines and boosted our hopes of recovery. But the challenges remain. And there are certain fundamental things that we need to look into it. We have to restore the confidence level. We have to give the support to the business that they are surviving basically on the tourism. We had to promote the domestic tourism, and again, we had to look at the return of the international tourism also. And again, we had to give the clear information to the travelers, the businesses, and a lot of things that we need to take up. I'm very happy that the government of India has stepped into it and to take into effective measures to mitigate the problem of the tourism industry. But this crisis is again an opportunity to think the tourism for the future, because we had to take some concrete steps. The pandemic is turning to the the normal endemic, wherein we have to show that the resilience to come back. We have a certain programs here today and tomorrow in the department where the academicians are the researchers thinking about and discussing about the various opportunities that can mitigate the problem, that can also come out with a solution to the problem faced by the industry. So I'm happy to wish all of you all the best, and I feel in my duty if I don't bring to the effort of the department, especially the Professor Radis, the coordinator of the tourism department, Professor Punni, and again the Professor Vijay Kumar and the commerce department and the student community the coordinators for organizing this program. I do appreciate the thoughtfulness of the delegates a part of this program. Before I conclude, on behalf of the Kristu Jayanti College, I extend once again the grateful gratitude to Sri Vardhana Ravuji for gracing this occasion. Actually, Professor Reddy was talking in a very excited way. Father, we have the Director General with us today to inaugurate this session. It's really an honor. Please accept our gratitude and wishing all of you all the best. I remain. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father. We are extremely thankful for your presence, and it was truly a great joy listening to you. It's my privilege to introduce the chief guest of the day, Mr. G. Kamala Vardhana Rao, Director General, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. Sir is an IAS officer of 1990 batch from Kerala cadre. Sir has earlier served as Principal Secretary, Public Works Department, and as Principal Secretary, Finance and Expenditure, Government of Kerala. Sir has also served as Secretary, Kerala Tourism in 2014-16. In a span of about 3 decades, Mr. Rao has served in diverse positions, including Chairman of Indian Tobacco Board, Joint Secretary, Industries, Government of Andhra Pradesh, Vice Chairman and Managing Director, Sports Authority of Andhra Pradesh, and Personal Secretary to Union Minister, Human Resource Development, Government of India. Presently, Sir is holding the post of Chairman and Managing Director, India Tourism Development Corporation, with additional charge of Director General, Government of India. Now, I request Mr. G. Kamala Vardhana Rao, Director General, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, to address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Madam Puri Thomas. Respected Dr. Augustine George, Principal of Kristu Jayanti College, and dear Professor Vijay Kumar, Professor Ratish, and other learned professors and assistant professors. I see the name of Bharti Ranade and other academicians who are participating in this international conference, and boys and girls, brothers and sisters. Ellarku namaskaram. Since I'm from Kerala cadre, so I'm extremely delighted for 2 things. One is that I'm participating in this international conference of a college of a state where I belong to. Most of the time I spent in Kerala, so I have the affinity, the emotional connect. So Janmam Gonda Hyderabadam Gonda Karmam Gonda Kerala. So that's why I have that affinity towards Kerala. Then I'm extremely delighted to be a part of this international conference. And secondly, I'm also delighted that colleges are taking up this task of conducting webinars and trying to examine how tourism is getting revived post-pandemic. As Principal Dr. Augustine George has already mentioned, this pandemic has really hit us. Tourism is the first hit and the worst hit, and perhaps the longest hit, which we are watching. Billions of dollars have been drained here. More than $40 trillion of economy. It is that is lost in the last 2 years. Civil aviation sector is completely closed. USA has announced $66 trillion as grant, out of which $4 trillion has gone to civil aviation sector. So even under Atmanirbhar Bharat, Government of India has announced many schemes to mitigate the sufferings of millions of people who lost their jobs here, and they have given directions to the banks to give loans to tour operators and hoteliers and tourist guides. Recently, 6 months back, Government of India has mentioned that 10 lakhs rupees will be given to the tour operators and 1 lakh rupees will be given to the tourist guides. So these are various schemes which I don't want to bother the children now, which we are watching these children. I mean, maybe they are graduates and post-graduation students. I don't want to bore them with the statistics of national and international numbers. But what Honorable Prime Minister keeps on mentioning in his speeches is that every student, or rather every citizen should know, every boy should know something about his native village, something about the heritage, the culture of his place. So he develops himself as a tourist when he grows up. So when you are a child, see, when I was a young student, I used to ask my father, I would like to go to, let's say, Goa. He will shout at me. Appo, Ambalatti poganam, Tirupati poganam ennu paranjal paisa kodukkum. Pinne Goa poganundengil paisa kittadilla. So that is a problem. The mindset is completely different. But the present is different. My children, they would like to go and visit. They want to do trekking. 25th birthday celebrations. I know a few younger generation kids from Hyderabad and Mumbai. They have gone to Khardongla Pass in Ladakh. I've seen them when we went there to interact with all the tour operators and members of parliament. We went to Ladakh 2 months back, Leh. So there the LG sir was mentioning that many students are coming, younger generation coming there with bikes all the way from Mumbai, from Punjab, from Hyderabad, from Chennai. I'm sure it must be from Kerala also. They're coming and going to Khardongla Pass and 18,000 feet height. So now the kind of the visiting a place, knowing a new place, trying to know a new place is something which is a new trend which we are seeing in the younger generation, which is very rejoicing for us as officials in the Ministry of Tourism. We feel very happy when people start moving. Centuries ago, when maybe let's say 200 years back, meeting one person meeting another person is a very difficult thing. It's not that we step out of the house, we see so many colonies, you find hundreds of people, you interact with them, you have WhatsApp groups, you go to colleges, but 200 years back, it was not like that. To meet a human being itself is to be difficult. So if I meet a human being, two things you ask: which is the book you have read? Who is the person you have met? So then there is to exchange. I met Shankaracharya, so I met St. Thomas, or I met somebody else. And what is that you have learned? So meeting a person is to be an education during those days. We used to learn a lot from meeting the people. And what is the place that you have seen? The nearest place or far distant. So people used to travel. Whether Fahian has come, Huizang has come from China. During Harshavardhana time, Huizang came. Fahian came during Mauryan time. And Vasco da Gama came all the way to discover sea routes to India. So people keep traveling. They used to travel a lot earlier for some purpose of knowing the world, And we are happy, even the younger generation also, now they should know how to travel, what are the places to see in their life. Let's say in 100 years of time, what has to be taught in the schools is why my appeal to all the professors and academicians here to cultivate this habit, inculcate the habit of going around the world. Malayalis, of course, they are there everywhere. Malayalis are there throughout the world, but for employment, Malayalis go. Punjabis go to for employment. They went to African countries. Punjabis are there in Canada. They are there in London. They are holding ministerial berths in England, English Parliament, British Parliament, and in Canada Parliament. And many Gujarati families are there in Africa. So and so forth. More than 40 lakh people are there in Middle East. Malayalis are there in Middle East. So they're all for employment purpose. But how many are going for tourism purpose? That is important. Now, after pandemic, we are very happy. Now, domestic tourism has picked up in a very big way because of the closure of aviation sector, international plane. Now, the borders are sealed. Australia has sealed. Even now, Australia has sealed. Yesterday, I was talking to the ambassador Germany, Mr. P. Harish. So he was also mentioning numbers are increasing. Spain, I was talking to the ambassador in Spain, numbers are increasing in Europe. So it's all disturbing. We are not going abroad. But the advantage of this pandemic, as far as tourism is concerned for India, is that we are traveling within this country. We are exploring new places of Northeast. Now the focus of the ministry is to go to visit Kashmir, to visit Ladakh, and to visit Northeast. Honorable Prime Minister has mentioned that all the colleges, let us, in this particular year, 100 universities and colleges, students should go to Northeast and visit Northeast as a tour. So my appeal to Father Augustine is to see that some students travel to Northeast. They should go, they explore the possibilities of having an interaction with the locals there. So because seeing the other culture is very important. India is so rich in the multiple cultures, multiple languages. India is so rich in that way. So we should know what is the place that is there, because if you see the knowledge levels of history of a student in India, of a student in USA, it is a phenomenal difference in the depth of the knowledge that a student of India has. He knows many of the cities in India. He knows many of the cities in USA. 70% of the students in USA, I'm telling you, they may not be knowing where Kerala is, or where Hyderabad is, or where Punjab is. They may be knowing India. But not the places. But our geographical sense of geography, our sense of history is great. So we must leverage that. And not only about international places, we should also go to national places. Gujarat, Kerala people should know about Gujarat. Gujarati should know about Kerala. So this cross travel is very essential. Recently, we were looking at the wildlife sanctuaries. Now we have 7,500 kilometers of coastline, which we should explore. More than 500 national level parks are there. National parks are there. Sanctuaries, 250 sanctuaries are there. In Kerala alone, we have so many sanctuaries. How many people have gone to Bandipur Sanctuary? How many people have gone to Wayanad? How many people have explored Tekdi? Exploring is different. Just visit is different. Exploring is different. Living like a tourist is different. Living with nature is different. States like, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Kerala, Kashmir, Northeast, they're all endowed richly with nature. Whether it is desert, whether it is snow, an entire Indian Himalayan range of 2,500 kilometers from Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh. It's beautiful. And international, people come there for skiing in Kashmir. And people come to Kerala for Ayurveda. They come for backwaters. They come to see wildlife. When I was Secretary Kerala Tourism, I've taken Kalaripayattu team to Beijing. We have done a mixture of a Jugalbandi of Kalaripayattu and Kung Fu on the dais. And the ambassadors of China and Indian ambassador, everybody came. They called the media. It was so thrilling to see Kung Fu fellow fighting with Kalaripayattu. And I took Kalaripayattu team even to Los Angeles. We did a show in Palo Alto. Palo Alto, which is the real the Makkah of software in the world. So these are the products that we have. In Kerala has got Ayurveda, backwaters, beaches. Goa has beaches. Rajasthan has desert. Kashmir has snow. So these are all the products which we must market to others. So how do you do it? Only by inculcating a sense of tourism. So for that, recently we have written letters to CBSE chairman. We have written to Kendriya Vidyalaya chairman. We have written to Navodaya Vidyalaya CEO that tourism clubs should be created in all the schools and in the colleges. Once you create these tourism clubs in the schools and the colleges, they will conduct some kind of, trekking expeditions or visiting nearby places or writing essays or photography competitions, painting competitions on the nature. So all these things will happen. We are writing to all the hoteliers, hotel managers, general managers of the hotels to earmark at least 2 to 3 officers there, 2 to 3 people in the hotel to play a role of a catalyst for tourism purpose. I spoke to Kumaragam people. There are 3, 4, 5-star properties there in the Kumaragam general manager. I told them, when so many international travels are coming to you, have you taken the Kathakali painting, Kathakali person, and have you painted their faces with Kathakali? They said no. When I was Secretary Tourism also, I told so many people, painting a guest with Kathakali and with the mask is something, he'll keep it forever in his life. Now they are doing it. I'm forcing them to do it. I told them that no, you bring one Kathakali artist, tell them to paint the student. When I was collector Kollam, from 1999 to 2003, 3 years I was there for Kollam collector. My children, I painted them with, still even now it is there in my house. So these are the products which we should market. God has given us great gifts. God has given us great resources. We must explore them. Nothing is greater than living with nature. Living with nature is the ultimate thing. Now, because of pandemic, everybody is telling, Surya Prakasham illa, Surya Prakasham illa. Let's go and expose our body to the sun. So please expose your body. My appeal to children that you must expose your body to nature as much as possible. Don't sit in the rooms. Play a lot, read a lot, and watch a lot in the nature. So, ഇത്രയും പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ വാക്കുകൾ നിർത്തുക. So I thank Dr. Agustin and Kristu College Principal, Kristu Jayanti College, and Professor Vijay Kumar and Professor Ratish for giving me this opportunity. And I'm sure this international conference, the debates that are going to take place, and the discussions which are going to take place will certainly bring out good suggestions, and kindly share those suggestions with us so that we will try to inculcate in our policies and the programs. So, എല്ലാവർക്കും നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
Thank you, sir. It was indeed a great privilege to have you here amidst us in virtual mode. And I greatly appreciate the time you have taken to share your knowledge with us. Thank you, sir. Now, I request Prof. Sanuja K.A., Conference Convener, Faculty, Department of Commerce, to propose a vote of thanks.
Thankfulness is the beginning of gratitude, and gratitude is the completion of thankfulness. A very good morning to one and all present as we come to the close of the inaugural session of International Conference on Revitalization of Indian Tourism and Hospitality Industry and its contribution towards socio-economic development. I deem it a great privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks. I'm extremely privileged to thank our chief guest of the day, Mr. G. Kamala Rao, Director General, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, who, in spite of his busy schedule, accepted our invitation and entertained us with his speech. Thank you so much, sir. We are humbled by your esteemed presence. Kristu Jayanti College, Autonomous Bengaluru, is also looking forward for more programs in association with Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, especially on Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Now, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Reverend Dr. Augustine George, Principal, Kristu Jayanti College, for his constant support and encouragement. Thank you, Father.
Thank you.
I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Aloysius Edward, Dean, Commerce and Management, for his support in organizing the event. Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure to thank Professor R. Vijay Kumar, Head Department of Commerce, for his guidance and support. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank Professor Ratish PT, Coordinator, Department of Tourism, for taking the lead and organizing this event. Thank you, sir. My heartfelt gratitude to the conference conveners, Professor Surjit Singha, Professor Punni Thomas, and Professor Anisha K. Shaji, for taking various responsibilities in organizing the conference. Thank you, teachers. I also convey my heartfelt thanks to all the participants, faculty members of the department, and students for your active participation. Thank you all. Our sincere gratitude to the technical team led by Mr. Amir, who played a crucial role in organizing the conference. Thank you, sir. I also thank all the admin staff for their continuous support. Once again, I thank all of you for joining with us. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I invite the college choir to lead us with National Anthem. On this note, we have come to the end of the session. Wishing you all a great day. Thank you once again.